Editing Finnegan here. So it's been a few days since I last recorded my video for this, and now I'm finally getting off my ass and editing this, hopefully, knock on wood. But yeah, it's ups and downs. That's what life is, unfortunately. I'm kind of getting around to finally getting my ass and doing stuff. Knock on wood on that. Taking life in stride. That's all that we can really do, and that sort of stuff. But I hope you enjoy this video, and I don't know when the next time I'll be uploading something else, but until then, I'll see ya. It's been 8 years since I've moved back to the States, and now it's time for some retrospection. Backstory. Born in China, raised in America from 4 to 15, moved to England for 9 years, did a 4-year degree in Ireland, master's in England, and since then I've moved back, so I moved here in October 2024, and now it's October 2025. So the main reason why I moved back was so that I would be there for a newborn family member, and I would be able to be closer with family members. And a ulterior motive, I guess, was to reconnect with some of my old friends, as I had lived here 9 years ago. And sort of retrospect, it's been difficult on the friends front because people ghosting, or sometimes they don't have the thing that they are on, i.e. Facebook, and I've kind of failed in that respect, I guess. But seeing family members, it's been good. I've been able to see family more because my family is in the States, whereas before I would be in England and everyone else would be in the States. I wasn't enjoying being in the States that much, was kind of missing England, and I was thinking about moving back. However, the idea was trashed due to increased health needs while being in a place without universal health care, which gets onto the elephant in the room, the metaphorical and literal elephants in the room. Elephants being Republican, as Elephant is the mascot of Republicans, and the person that I'm talking about is Trump, or Trump, as John Oliver has pointed out. So I moved back before he was elected. I was here for the election, which was a real nerve-wracking time, and he is now in. But the best way that I just look at it is that he's a penis-shaped asteroid politician, as Trevor Noah pointed out. So following my arrival, he got in as president, and then there was the absolute shitstorm of news during his second term, and it's still going on, and they've said that their plan is just to throw so much shit at the fan that the newscasters don't know what to deal with it. But yeah, nihilistically, it's only painful if you don't laugh at it. And the most stressful stuff right now for me with the current politics is the proposed Medicaid cuts. Since I'm on Medicaid, my health has certainly been an issue throughout my life and is a prominent thing in my life now. So while I was in the States, I first heard of that I had cerebellum atrophy, which is the eventual shrinking / dying of the cerebellum, which is the part of the brain that is responsible for balance. This is part of Wolfram syndrome, the rare disease that I've got. Also, with regards to Wolfram syndrome, I was on a clinical trial for a while, and those results show that that clinical trial was not effective. But that's science. Any news is good news in science. Along with the cerebellum atrophy was brainstem deformations. So this brought up the idea of an increased health demand, and that caused my plans to move to be canceled. And another big thing that I have been dealing with is that I will be needing a heart surgery for sure, as told by a cardiologist, which is a different interaction than I've had with doctors in England. That was just the physical health this past year, but there's also been big bits of mental health over the past year. And the biggest thing, kind of the highlight of the year, I guess, being back in the States, is that I was sent into the psych ward twice, which was fun, but that experience has led me to see a therapist, which I desperately needed for a while, so things worked out in the end, maybe. So where I am now is that I have started playing the ukulele bass, and I've also got a bass guitar now, actually, and playing along with that. I've been going to support groups, and I've met a great group of friends, Mad One support group, which has been good. Money-wise, money is always a stressor for me. I'm struggling financially, but I'm still alive, so ups and downs, I guess. I'm working a part-time job currently. I'm tutoring a group of students, elementary and middle school, grade students in the field of programming. It's going alright. Getting that experience of classroom management. I'm only working 3 hours a week, which isn't much, but it's a start. I will also be looking at working as a substitute teacher. I've just gotta wait for some people to get back to me about that. And I'm doing kind of games and surveys to get some money, which is a real shitty feeling even, but you have to do what you have to do. And also I have been applying for SSI, so fingers crossed I get that. It's very stressful, SSI, definitely, but now I am at a bit of a crossroads. I don't know exactly what I want to do for the future. I'm registered with the Division of Vocational Rehabilitation Services, DVRS, and I will maybe be looking at retraining. I don't know what I want to do. Maybe I want to do something mental health wise, but I don't know if it would be a therapist or anything. Honestly, if I could get paid for doing this, that would be great, but dreams. The past year in the States, after living in England for 9 years, has given me a real perspective on the differences between the US and UK. One of the differences is the medical stuff. So medical coverage, the UK is much better than the US, as you get universal health care. However, that means that there's more pressure on doctors and the government to pay for that health care, and you get long wait times like you do in England. So American doctors might be a little bit better than the doctors in England because they are more free to say, oh yeah, we have funding for surgery, you should need surgery, that sort of stuff. Way of living, I think people in England are a little bit more happier, maybe. The small town that I was living in before, people would say hello to everyone quite a lot, which was always good. Public transportation is much better in England than it is here. You have great buses there. You also have great trains and everything. It's just great. One of the main things that I've been struggling with currently is with the intensive outpatient program. After I was released from the psych ward, having that intensive outpatient program ending, I've been kind of wasting my life. It feels like you gotta go through the emotions. Please subscribe. If I get to 250 subscribers, I'll make a video on what friends mean to me. Anyway, that's all for now. I'll make a video the next time that I get around to it.